I'm doing pretty good considering all that I've had done the last couple of days. Last night was a rough night. And it fell off into the toilet. It's still very difficult for me to focus on anything close. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good considering all that I've had done the last couple of days. Let me adjust this a little bit. I apologize. I put the sun behind me, even with these dorky UV glasses. The sun is still bright. Surgeries went as expected. Good. I'm leaning in. I'm not wearing the mic that Dave gave me, and everybody around me has their AC running. So mine's not, because I'm outside. Anyway, last night was a rough night. Pain, a lot of pain, which shouldn't have been the case, but as you know, I woke up middle of the night. My eye guard was off, dangling. I put it back up, and the padding that they had underneath it was pushing against my eye. I thought, well, that's not good, right? So I took my tweezers from the outside very carefully and made like a dome out of it, and then put that thing back on. Well, then I go in to use the restroom, and it fell off into the toilet. So I grabbed it with some chopsticks, threw it in the trash. And I went, well, I've got that other one, that extra one, in my bag. I'll use that. Well, I must have missed it somewhere, but I was supposed to wear that over my right eye while I slept. So now I have two, one for each eye to tape up at night. So I must have, had an itch or a pain and swiped at it or something and poked my eye. So my eye was throbbing. And I didn't bring my drops with me in the morning for when I took my drops for my right eye, and then I went to the hospital to get the patch removed. She said, "Did you bring your drops?" And I said, "No, I didn't know I was supposed to." "Oh, well, you'll be okay. Just one of them is an antibiotic and one of them is an anti-inflammatory. So the pain will, it's a little after 1300 right now. I got there at 7:30 this morning, and it's just after 1300. I put my drops in first. That's the first thing I did. Wash my hands, put my drops in. 2 different drops. Drop, wait 5 minutes, drop. Okay. And then they're supposed to be refrigerated, which I didn't catch either. It's still very difficult for me to focus on anything close. I mean, it's instant pain. Strange why, I have no idea, but when I try to focus on something close, it hurts. So it hurts less than it did 5 hours ago, but it still hurts. So I went to 7-Eleven on the way home from the hospital and bought my staples, that I need, my basics. I hate having me in shadow, but it should be front lit. But I wanted you to see me and see the view and the rail. You got to see the rail, Anyway, these glasses are mine. I already own them. They came with my UV light box that I use for my psoriasis, right? I get some scaly spots. There's 4 of them on my body. And I use that light, which is a prescription light, 300 Newton meter narrowband UVB. But you can just buy it right off Lazada. No questions asked. Can't do that in America. Anyway, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but my eyes are not brown anymore. They're a blue-green, which is going to take some getting used to. Just me, because I took pride in my brown eyes. It meant I was full of shit. Now they're not brown anymore. Anyway, my so-called bad eye, the one that I injured in Vietnam, all of the strands that come from the, they're all part of the retina. The back of the eye is the retina, and those are part of the retina. But I detached that part of the retina except for a couple of strands. But they reattached them all 100%. And when they took the readings before surgery, there was more light getting through than they expected. So the outcome was anticipated going to be better. And like I said yesterday, they put a mono lens in, so I can look off into the distance and see clearly. Not as clear as I'm going to in a couple of days, but clearly. And with this eye, the same thing, except they're progressive. Okay, so that's wash, rinse, repeat. I've already said that, but that's the deal. People have asked, how much are you insured or are you self-pay? Well, both. But I had cataracts, but in order to remove your cataracts, they remove and replace your lenses, your ones you're born with. But mine aren't direct replacements, they're special. So you know how insurance companies are. Oh, self-pay. It's an elective surgery. So my bad eye, my left eye, the one they did first, the price was 110,000 baht, which is almost 3,300 bucks. And they gave me a discount of 3,200 baht, which made that 106,800. It's better than a punch in the face. And my left eye was 130,000, which is 3,890 bucks. And they gave me a almost 4,888 baht discount on this eye. And this includes all the meds and all the stuff, the follow-up today, removal of the patch, the different drops, the saline drops, because my eyes are kind of dry, and my pupils are extra dilated. She said, you'll be able to focus better. I'm damn near 20/20 in both eyes right now. When so I'm extremely happy. Now we just got to keep my fingers crossed for no infections. That's the biggie. And so I stopped at the pharmacy next door to 7-Eleven, and I bought alcohol spray to clean my hands, saline in a bottle. It's funny, I say, yeah, I need some saline, and the man brings me a syringe. And I said, no, the liquid. Oh, saline. that close of a word, you know, you could usually, anyway, fill in the blanks, but that's kind of funny. I need to learn a language. It's like Celine Dion, right? Yeah, I need some Celine Dion solution. And cotton balls, so I can wash with that around my eyeballs, right? Get the sticky off in the morning, both eyes, you know, get tape, remnants of the tape after because I have to wear those plastic protectors. I didn't bring them out. I should have, but I didn't bring them out. You can see them. But those things, I have to wear them at night. Or if I go clubbing or a mosh pit. No. None of that'll be happening. But so I'm really satisfied. Yeah, it's a chunk of change, but you know, not that bad. 6 bills. I have no idea what it would cost in America. I'm not in America, and I don't care. I wanted it done. I needed it done. So in a couple days, well, I have a 1 week follow-up, and that's going to be the real, that's the way things are going to be until something else happens, which inevitably does with me. So I haven't eaten yet. This is the first I've had to drink all day. I've got lunch waiting in there for me. And I'm just going to chill under the AC and rest. Now I can walk now that both eyes are past the 24-hour mark. So she said just don't push it, you know. Push it good. So I can walk the 5 minutes or 3 minutes to 7 or whatever restaurant, stuff like that. Just be careful I don't jolt anything. Obviously no heavy lifting, which I'm not planning on doing anyway. Nothing strenuous for a month, for 30 days. It's spelled out. So, yeah, but I can walk and I can start continuing increasing my distances again and get back up to where I was. And, you know, it's just time. It's just the way the roll of the dice, you know, the way the cookie crumbles. So, that's kind of about all I can think of. If I try to focus on, like right now, I'm focusing on, it says 12 minutes, 59 seconds. Well, I couldn't, all I saw was an orange blob last night. So my nearsight progressive lens is seeing that. But to do that, when I just read that, it hurt. Okay? Why, I have no idea. But it hurt. When I was at 7-Eleven, I'm looking at it, oh my God. You know. So, that's pretty much where we're at. I'm chilling today, depending on how I sleep tonight. Tomorrow may be an indoor day. It's Friday, by the way. Okay, but this won't come out. I did the one last night just to say, hey, I can't read my phone. I can't, it hurts. I can't respond to comments. I can't respond to line conversations, stuff like that. I mean, I couldn't even read them. I can now, but it hurts when I try. So I'm going to give it a day, give it another 24, maybe 48, and then I'll start answering or replying to comments. So But this won't come out for 4 or 5 days, so by then you will already. Well, I hope you watch the one that says, because I filmed it inside and said I couldn't answer, reply, blah blah blah, and then I went to upload it, produce it, and I frickin' fell asleep. And I woke up at about midnight and I went, oh shit, I didn't post it. So I posted it. And then it took, like, because I was anxious to get it online, it was probably another 2 hours to actually get it to post. So if you look at that, I don't even know what day it is. I mean, I know what day, but not the number. 26th. Today's 26th. So there you have it. Barring any infections, accidents, we're going the right direction. Now, what do they call it? Second sight, I think. Second sight is like a crescent wrench. Okay, a crescent wrench is actually an open-end adjustable wrench. Crescent is a brand. Okay, it's like when you go to your hotel and you get earbuds, you call them Q-tips, but they're earbuds. Okay, so Second Sight is just a brand. It's not the actual procedure. But I had the same procedure, just not Second Sight brand lenses, okay? So therein lies the confusion, because I'm like, Second Sight, what the, But she did a bang-up job. The staff was on top of everything, and yeah, and why I got a discount? Probably because I self-paid, They didn't have to go through the billing process and dicking with insurance companies saying, well, this and that, and nickel and dime you. So they dropped the price because the guy said, well, I got to take you to the cashier. I'm like, I already paid. He says, oh, I know, but she said take you to cashier, so I take you to cashier. So he took me to the cashier, and they gave me money back. It'll be in my bank in about 3 more days, because it's already been 2, so 5 days it'll be in my bank. They did the same thing with my prostate surgery, right? But I didn't anticipate it for this one. Didn't even think about it. But yeah, my eye's kind of hurting. My left eye, less now than it was a half an hour ago. And I've got provisions for 2 days where I don't have to leave my room unless I want to. But the thing about here, and Randy will vouch for this, maybe Jason will too if he experienced, but they will go out of their way to do something. I could call, easier to go down to the lobby, but I could call and say, I couldn't even, like I said about the Subway ordering from Grab, I just hit the shape and hit sandwich because it said BOGO, buy one get one. I had no idea what I was ordering. I know the sequence of, what veg you want on it, what sauce you want on it, what kind of bread, that kind of thing. I know the sequence. But I didn't know if I was ordering chicken beaks or pig arse, you know what I mean? I had no idea. But it turned out it was a barbecue chicken, and the other one was a chicken teriyaki. And the chicken teriyaki's still in the fridge, and it's probably soggy as hell, So I can throw it over this railing here because there's a couple of dogs down there. It's the guy's property and they're his dogs, but I'm sure he won't come up here and kick my ass for feeding his dog some chicken teriyaki. I won't give him the onions and all that shit, but the meat, yeah, why not? To me, that's not going to waste. Anyway, so as soon as I could see my phone without paying, I'm going to reach out to a couple of people and I'm going to say, let's meet at Sunflower for coffee, for a cappuccino. That's Carlito. And I'm going to reach out to Fa. She told me, hit me up when you get here. So I can take the pain to find her avatar or whatever, and then I can record a message, tell her what I'm telling you, but a lot shorter. Okay, I'm here, I can't go out, can't do anything yet, but the next couple of days. So when I hit her up, we'll go when it's convenient for her and her husband. And I'm going to hit them up or him up because it's his shop. You know those waterproof things you put over tattoos? You know, you got the white tape around it, and then you got the cellophane or whatever it is. And then you can take a shower, right? Protect it. Well, I'm going to see what they've got that's the size of my eyes so I can shower instead of going to a salon. She said they recommend just go to a salon and have them wash your hair. I can do a shower from here down, and they'll do it with me leaning back, wash my hair. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. But if I could do it myself with some waterproof covers, hey, I'm in like Flint, right? Just an idea. I know there's a couple of salons within 100 meters of me. I'm not sure which direction, but I've seen salons, so I'll go in. And I went into the pharmacy and I said, Camagra, I want Camagra, which is like a generic name for Viagra. And, well, we don't have, and I said, I'm joking. They all started laughing. There was 3 ladies and 1 guy. They all busted a gut. I said, no, I just had eye surgery and I need saline and cotton balls and hand sanitizer, shit like that. Tape. Not tape, but god damn, what was the other thing? It doesn't matter. I got the tape last night, so. Anyway, that's about it for now, I think. It's 22 minutes, so it's going to hurt putting this into my... I could just upload it directly to YouTube, but I want to make sure it doesn't have any... There's no music, there's noise, so I'll put it through my editor in case I have to change the volume or something, because I've got these fans going on around me, so... All right, anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.